let's talk about 10 profitable small business ideas that you can do in 2021. And to make things interesting, and based on my background working in Japan for a very long time, we're going to draw our inspirations from Japanese startups and established businesses that are doing unique and interesting things. If you're new here, hi, I'm Vicky. I've worked in equity research, management, consulting, and now I run my own business. Analyzing businesses is my jam. And I've done another detailed case study on how a peanut butter company scaled to 6 figures a month using other companies' marketing ideas. Find that in the description below. And let's get on to the first profitable small business idea for 2021. Futuristic telephone boxes. Now, this is off the trend of remote working and is something based off of usage hacking of telephone boxes as well as karaoke rooms. Did you know that in Japan, students and salarymen go to karaoke to get their work done? It sounds very counterintuitive, but here is a problem that people face. Homes are very small. There's no space for home offices. Different members of the family have to interact pretty closely together. So when you have work to do, you don't want to do it at home, which is very distracting. So people have been going to karaoke boxes to study, to work, because karaokes are open 24/7. They are very easily accessible near all of the stations. They have soundproof rooms. And when you're tired, there's delicious food, drinks, and you can even sing some karaoke. Sounds pretty awesome. So from this usage, there's actually a company called Telecube that have created these soundproof rooms similar to a karaoke, but just by itself as a standalone to put into buildings so that people can go in there to take a call, to work on something before or after a meeting. And this way, remote working becomes a lot easier. As working culture shifts from remote, our homes and our offices need an in-between where you can still get some work done without fully commuting to it. And these futuristic telephone boxes might be the solution. Now, this brings me to idea number 2, which are karaoke boxes. Now, this actually comes from China, but I know in Japan already there are people trying to bring it into Japan. And the idea is that because solo entertainment is a trend that's rising very rapidly, and in China there are these karaoke boxes for 1 to 2 people, and you can just drop in, charge for 15 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours to sing in these boxes without having to go to a traditional karaoke room. Now, these boxes are put into malls, they are near stations, at restaurants, they're even at the airport. When you wait for your plane, you can just hop in, sing a few songs, and then go off to wherever it is that you're going. These are so heavily used, super huge margins, that they can be seen anywhere in China and could work if in your country people love to sing. Also, on the idea of solo entertainment, you can apply it to traditionally more social organizations, like, for example, a bar. In Japan, there's a bar called hitori bar, and hitori means one person. So you go there by yourself. You can only enter if you're by yourself. And in there, you can either converse with other people who are also there by themselves, or you can just relax and chill on your own. This is also a problem that I've seen when I'm outside of Japan. It's really awkward when you are by yourself at a restaurant, at a bar, and people have many assumptions about you immediately. It makes it very uncomfortable. Whereas in Japan, because of the aging population, because of people not getting married, it's actually really normal to go to restaurants, bars by yourself. Now, the idea here, though, with the hitori bar is make that experience more interesting and exclusive for those who are alone. The varieties are endless, and you can base this around your strength and your local market. For example, non-alcoholic drinks are huge. There are also hard kombucha and other fermented drinks that are very popular in Japan. Vinegar-based drinks are huge, and the margins are great. Another idea is also the type of theme you bring into this, which can be your strength. There's a Buddhist monk bar in Japan also, where they have quick meditation sessions throughout the night. They also have talk to me about your worries and things in life that are not going so well, and the Buddhist monk will be there to offer advice and help. Really, the sky is the limit. Solo entertainment is a great way to actually build community, because in the end, we all want to be a part of something. And on the topic of wellness, we come to number 4, which is forest bathing. If you haven't heard of this, this is shininyoku in Japan, which literally translates into forest and bathing. And there's a lot of clinical studies done on the health benefits of walking in a forest, with the negative ions being focused on the present. And so there are guides in Japan who get to know you, find out what your needs are, and create specific walking paths in the forest that works for you. And you can see in 2021 and beyond, this is so great. So many of us are connecting back to nature. There are walks almost everywhere in the world. And what people are interested in is not just the regular paths, but something that's personalized. Personalization, that's another trend. Going to see something that others haven't seen. So if you love the outdoors, this could be for you. If you know some hidden gems in your local markets, this could be really interesting. Now, idea number 5 is an idea that I really wanted to do, but I didn't have enough capital, so I didn't do it. But it might be the right one for you, and that's WeWork for chefs. With COVID, of course, we see a lot of our favorite restaurants sometimes shut down, and just in general, F&B, food and beverage, is a very competitive industry. In Tokyo, for example, there are 80,000 restaurants. 20% of them don't make it because of high rent, marketing, lack of resources, manpower to deal with the internal admin that the chef cannot deal with. So Redine does all of that. The marketing, the kitchens for the chefs, the front of house, all taken care of so chefs can bring their talent and show people a good time. And you can collaborate in so many ways. You can have limited edition wine collaborations, you can have collaborations with farms and bring that farm to table idea across. There are so many things that you can do. You can help young chefs from cooking schools to get some experience. There are unlimited ways that you can grow this business. Now, since we're on hospitality, I want to talk about hospitality in the moving industry. So if you've been to Japan, you would know that the customer service there is over the top. Everything is thought of, everything is taken care of, attention to detail is mind-blowing. And they do that in all sorts of industries, including moving your furniture. I saw this the other day just in my neighborhood. Someone was moving and the movers were moving in the rain. They just plopped everything down on the ground. It was wet, and I thought, oh my goodness, if I was moving, I would not want to go through that. But in Japan, the experience is very different. I'll just show you footage from Paolo from Tokyo. Check him out. I don't know about you, but I'm willing to pay a bit more to have all of this taken care of, so I don't have to worry. Of course, it's not for everyone, but it's an interesting idea to apply customer service to an industry that you might not expect it. Number 7, I want to talk about vending machines. Now, I know vending machines themselves, you've seen it, I've seen it, nothing new there. But the idea of the trend is that people are moving out of the city and yet they want convenience. One of the biggest arguments for still staying in the city and paying city prices is because of the convenience. But on the flip side, people are looking for that simpler life, that connection with nature. They are supporting farmers, they're shopping local. Vending machines of those goods could be a great way to bridge the gap. And Japan already is doing that for many, many years, selling rice from the local farmers, selling vegetables, eggs, all sorts of ingredients that usually you don't find in vending machines outside of Japan. And vending machines are surprisingly a huge industry, quite passive, very flexible, great margins. It's $7.4 billion market in the US. The margins are anywhere between 40 to 90% if you're selling water. And so there's a lot to play with here. Now we're shifting gears to number 8, the idea of making politics easily accessible. There's an app in Japan called Polypoly. It's a social media app connecting politicians and the people. Politicians would write posts that are easily understandable to share with the people about their initiatives, their legislation, ideas, their policies, their platform. And people can participate, they can ask questions, they can find out more, and they can even book to meet the politicians themselves. Activism is really growing. We're becoming more politically aware. And so this way is a great idea to make politics more accessible for people who want to learn more, who want to participate, but don't know how to get through that barrier. Talking about values and changing the world, I want to talk about job matching. Now, the problem we face now is that work has changed from providing just financial stability, doing work that may or may not be fulfilling, to people really searching for purpose, really searching for companies that they can align with and support. The way to do that in Japan is through Wantedly. It's a website and app that matches job seekers and companies based on their values. This can be applied in so many relevant modern ways. One, we're already seeing huge backlash on companies that don't care about social issues, and lots of people not wanting to work for businesses that do that. There's also the trend of professional nomads wanting to work more remotely, having more flexibility. I myself is a nomad, and even though I'm a bit stuck right now, I can't wait to visit a few more countries and work from anywhere in the world. A job matching site that helps the modern job seeker could be a very interesting and promising field that will continue to evolve. Number 10, I want to talk about experience marketing and physical space design. Even though right now our world is pretty virtual, there is going to be that online-offline connection. The problem exists because experiential marketing, and especially with space designing, it takes a lot of investments, it takes a lot of expertise, and usually companies want to collaborate with other brands, find it very difficult to coordinate everything. And so there's a business in Japan called Sozo that does this in a niche market called anime. Sozo brings anime collaborations to physical spaces like hotels, cafes, and you can see why that would work. All the fans would be so excited to stay at a hotel that's decorated with their favorite anime characters. This can be taken in so many different ways. You can easily change that anime niche to anything else. Going along the idea of famous characters, you can do K-pop, J-pop, Netflix shows. You can create a universe of cartoons, whatever it is that you want. Of course, you don't need to create things that always need copyright licensing. You could just do something like a green wall or Instagrammable backgrounds, bringing them to cafes, restaurants, physical spaces. So the combinations are endless. Leave a comment below. Let me know, did you like these ideas? Which one's your favorite? Which one sounds a little bit too niche? Have you seen any of these in your country? How are they going? If you found this helpful, like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll share more interesting business ideas if you like this.